Ford down there trying to make a move on Montoya. This is the part of the racetrack. If you can be on somebody's right going up the hill, you can hang there. It puts you in a good position in the right-hander at the top of the hill. Awfully slippery out there.
It really is slick. It's slick. It's incredibly slippery, incredibly slick. And you mentioned it yesterday when we were doing the qualifying shows. This racetrack, when you go through that corner and when you go through the last corner right before you get to 10, it becomes a one-groove racetrack. You can't go through there too wide. You can go through there maybe 1.5 wide. So it takes that zone away from you a little bit the longer the race goes.
Exactly. If you're going to do it early.
You constantly, as a driver here, Wally, got to be thinking about what the next step is. If you're working on what you're doing right now, you're not going to get where you need to be. That turn 7 right there. And turn 7 critical because it sets up all the speed downhill through the S's.
Yeah, and what you're trying to do on this one, I mean, this is basically, most of this is all throttle leader. What you want to do is try to get as close to somebody's rear bumper through this section. So when you come out and you make this next little right-hander, you've got somebody set up. We got a guy dropping some wheels on. You've got a guy set up here, like the 2-car Keselowski. That's perfect. He was on the guy's bumper. Now you can try to outbrake somebody going down into this right-hander.
That's Keselowski inside of Mart Truex Jr. to grab the 15th position. Kyle Busch lurking behind.
And Wally described that perfect. That was a textbook move. He set him up. That pass happened 3 corners before they ever got to that corner.
You're basically using the whole S's to just try to get as close to somebody as you can.
Brad Keselowski quickest here yesterday in final practice. As we pointed out, he got around Truex for the 15th spot, and his teammate looking pretty good early as well. Kurt Busch running 7th right now. Logano started on the pole and has led the first couple of laps. That's Logano leading, McMurray right behind, Denny Hamlin there in 3rd, and here's a pass position. The aforementioned Kurt Busch inside of Paul Menard in turn 7.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, the pit reporters said as they went around the track at the beginning of the show and showed the passing zones. Everywhere that our guys showed where there's a passing zone, we've almost seen a pass in almost every one of those zones so far.
And I want to go back to a little bit what we were talking about on setup. Kurt Busch's car, he, in my opinion, yesterday in practice, was the best car that had a stiff, what I thought had a really stiff and rigid setup. So it's going to be interesting to see how his car works further into these runs.
Here's Denny Hamlin working over Jamie McMurray for the runner-up position.
And to get back to that, I think you're better in the first 5 laps with a stiffer setup, but it's going to be a lot better when you have a lot of laps on these tires if you have a softer setup like that one car has. And also Boyer, I think Boyer's car looked really good yesterday as well.
Kurt Busch looks good on track right now, Ralph. What are they saying?
How about 5 positions in 3 laps? Yeah, Kurt Busch is flying right now. That 22 is really coming up through the field pretty strong. Started 11th, already up to 6th. He said the car's a little tight in all areas. So, Wally, I got to believe that's exactly what you would want right now to help with that forward bike.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be all about here, Ralph, is that getting off these corners. And I see the 11 got by Jamie McMurray right there.
Yeah, and I think the 11 got position and Jamie just led him. And here we are, you know, four laps into the race. These guys are just trying to still fill out their stuff. And I think it goes back to what you said. You talk about Jamie's setup appearing to be a little bit softer, to be a long-run setup. Maybe it's not a short-run setup.
2 things that help, certainly. Confidence and track time. Joey Logano ran the K&N Pro Series West race yesterday and won. He starts on the pole. I mean, all those things put together, the track time and certainly the confidence he's gained have got to help.
Yeah, that helps a ton. I don't know what the 22's got, but he's picking up a position about every lap or 2.
Yeah, I think confidence,
I don't know if it's
not a problem
yeah,
right there.
Not a problem for him right now. Not a problem for Kurt Busch.
And you and I talked yesterday about Kurt and the fact that there is a certain mentality you have to bring to a road course if you're going to be successful. No doubt about it, he's got it.
Yeah, he does. And let's be honest, let's go back to qualifying the other day. He was the fastest car in practice before qualifying. And he was the fastest car until he got to turn 4, then missed turn 4 and tried to make it all up in turn 3 and then lost everything. But he had been the fastest car at the racetrack and had still been a top 2 or 3 car almost every practice.
See Greg Biffle on track, David Gilliland right behind him. Matt Kenseth tucked in the line, looking good early. Started back in the 33rd position, but he has worked his way up near the top 25 in the early laps. We should point out, sometimes we talk in races about big movers, and it's guys that are up 10, 12, 15 positions. You don't see that as much in a place like Sonoma, especially early in the race, just because it's so hard to make big gains here.
Yeah, if you can pass 7 or 8 cars, you're a big mover on the course in this place.
Talk about guys moving forward. One car going in the wrong direction. It's Brian Victor's route.
Yeah, the quote was, so loose, I can't keep the car beneath me. And Kyle, that means that thing is just slipping and sliding in every direction but straight, which is not what he needs to happen here on a road course today. Just can't keep the thing moving forward.
No, and it's not. I mean, you know, when you've got a car that you can't pick up the gas, and you're just buzzing the rear tires, and we're 6 laps, so these things started on sticker tires. I can't imagine what that thing's going to be like at 22 laps and at 24 laps. And you've got your hands full. And we talked about this early in the race. This is not the kind of place where you have a lot of pit stops and a lot of places to make adjustments. You have what you have sometimes.
Victor started 10th today. Great qualifying run, but he's fallen outside the top 20. Joey Logano continues to lead early at Sonoma.